going on now? Make sure my camera's working. Check 1, 2.
There we
go. Alright, what's up, everyone? Happy Monday. If it's your first time here, any questions, goes over in the little chat section. You can come up on stage if you want. Any general fitness or diet related. Thank you. Dude, this happened. Thank you. Alright, what about now? Yeah, I can see it now. Dude, I don't know why I gotta do that every time. Thank you. Alright, perfect. If it's your first time here, questions in the chat. Ideally something fitness or diet related, but if not, just shoot. What's up, Toji? What's up, Skinnyhead? Candy Asked? Spacey? Hopefully you guys are having your training's going well. You guys enjoying it so far? Good, I'm glad. Hopefully not too hard. Good, I'm glad. Oh, 5 sets of deadlifts, that is brutal. Spacey is asking if you can bulk and cut at 13 or is it too early? It's like almost certainly too early, but it doesn't mean you can't lift. Pursuing activities in any sort, whether it's lifting weights or sports, whatever, I think that can be done at any age, but if you want to still go to the gym at 13, I think it's a good time to learn form and whatnot. Build a good foundation. Macros Leon recommended help me jump 25. Nice. Good progress. I'm looking forward to seeing the before and after, both visually and through the numbers. For those who don't know, we have like 20 or 30 people from the server getting training from some of our coaches, and in a few weeks from now, I think a little longer than that, but between 5 and 11 weeks from now, they'll finish up their training, and then we're going to go over all the results. So far, it seems to be going well. You do have a question. Toji is asking. My left side is weaker than my right. I'm doing some single arm exercises. My question is, should I do the same weight on both, or bring it down for my left side? So if you're talking about like single arm movements, we have this also in our FAQ. I believe it's the first one. I'll copy and paste it over. So you're not only going to be doing isolation exercises, so you also have to account for compound exercises. So here is a thing from the Q&A. It's the first one. So always start with the isolation on the weaker side, in your case. That way, you make sure that the gap doesn't widen by doing even more on the already stronger side. Keep in mind that generally speaking, your imbalances are natural to an extent, and there's almost never going to be a time where everything's perfectly balanced. Now, as for compound exercises, you want to make sure that you're being attentive. Let's say a bicep curl, you're being attentive that one isn't dominating over the other, and through that, you'll just get that through experience, mind-muscle connection, being able to feel the contraction. So if one side's being dominant versus the other, you'll feel that physically, but that attentiveness is really only going to come with time. And as for specifically single arm pull downs and tricep extensions, it's going to be the same deal. So start with the weaker side, and they will balance out. If the difference isn't too big, don't worry about it too much as long as you're pushing both of them. But if the difference is drastic, like, 50 pounds, then that's something you're going to have to focus on. Spacey is asking, I have another one. I lift almost the same on my left and right side. My left arm is way smaller. So similar. And again, when we say way smaller, you mentioned you're 13. There are going to be differences. And if your baseline, so like generally speaking, 13-year-olds, they don't have as big of arms as maybe an 18-year-old that's been training. So if there's an inch difference with a 16-inch arm, it's going to be a little less noticeable than an inch difference with a 12-inch or 11-inch arm. So, and that generally is the case, especially if you do a lot of repetitive motions with the right. So, like if you play a certain sport that only requires one side, if you're a right hand dominant with normal day-to-day activities, there generally will be a difference, especially if you're untrained. But it's not something that can't be overcome through training. You follow the same guideline that I shared with Toji, where if you are generally concerned about it, just be attentive, and starting with the weaker side can make a difference down the line. What's up, Behemoth? I've got my mic working this time. You have a question? I can check the question out afterwards. Can you send the message link in here so I can check it after? I didn't have work today, so I wasn't waiting off for that Super Bowl dub. You guys know, Philly based. I don't watch football, but my work does, so free day off. And as long as no one else has other questions, I could jump into it right now. So I'm going to look at it now. So basically, is this genetic? Yeah, so tell me from your experience, what do you add to achieve a better looking and stronger chest? Alright, so answer your question. You are going to build your chest just like you build every other muscle. Now, generally speaking, just like your other muscles, what's up, Joey? You are to a genetic predisposition, meaning the not necessarily the size, but the shape and the fullness are genetic. So if you see someone with a really full chest, or someone with lack thereof, they could do the same exact workout for X amount of time and still achieve different results. Now, it doesn't mean that you can't grow your chest. It doesn't mean that one day you won't have a full chest, but it means that patience, consistency, proper diet and exercise you can build your chest to the best of its ability, and it may or may not be, like the pictures you sent. Now the ones you sent are like pretty developed. I'm gonna click on your profile. You're like 16 to 17. I don't think there's a lot of 16 or 17-year-olds with a chest like that, or even a physique like that. So just be patient and consistent. Well, I can't recommend anything to add or do, because I don't know what you do currently, but, you know, making sure you train your chest 2 times a week, having a press in there, maybe 2. A fly can always help. So 1 to 2 presses and a fly is a pretty solid, chest workout, assuming you're doing 3 sets of each. I would say there's even a little redundancy with doing like a flat press and an incline press. You could do 4 sets of an incline, followed by 3 of a fly. It's like really all you need, and then as time goes on, variation. Now, if you don't have equipment, it makes it a little more challenging. I mean, you can do 2 flies as well. I was just saying set flies, like 3 sets of flies, 3 to 4 sets of incline. I think it was the Jeff Nippert video that I'm about to reference. But they're saying that the muscle engagement on incline for the chest is better than flat. It's the same recruitment of the lower pec with more recruitment of the upper. But if you don't like incline or you don't have access to it, a flat press is fine too. We're talking like marginal differences. And this is also another personal thing. I don't ever recommend dumbbell flies. I know they were peak lift during the golden era, but without proper form, I think a lot of people engage their biceps way too much. So something like a machine fly might do you more justice, especially if you're on the beginner side. The thing in my yeah, that is just an elbow lever. I would say most people that train could do one with a little bit of specialized training. It's not a full blown planche. And it's not like I was there for a minute, But I appreciate that, Amir. Or Amar. Yeah, I mean, incline's cool. Bench press is the staple of like how much you bench type stuff. I enjoy bench press, but I also enjoy incline. It's especially here. Let me try and find it. We have this really dope machine.
This has almost nothing to.
Let me see. I used to not train as much incline either, but when we got a hold of this bad boy, I'm gonna throw it in chat. This thing right here. This is the best chest machine I've used in my entire life. It is awesome. Yeah, exactly. No one has how much you incline, friend. Joey knows. What's up, Bob? Yeah. That's what I was mentioning earlier, Mario, from the one Jeff Nickel video. Dips are good. If you're doing dips, I would reduce your pressing to like 3. I wouldn't do that 4th set. Dips can be pretty stressful. They're a great exercise, but you want to make sure your recovery management's pretty good. If you're doing dips, press, and flies, Not saying you can't do it. I think that's a solid chest day, especially a push day. Yeah, that is a newer incline. It's like it's yeah, like what is it, Atlantis? I think. Yeah, or yeah, Atlantis Strength. They have like some of the best machines ever. Toji, the Elite Core Power, I think, no, they're really good, but they're just super expensive. I don't know where you're at. I'm over here in PA, and they're like $5.49 for a bottle. I think that's insane. Gotcha. For us people in Balkan, this is like seeing a flying car. Gotcha. Yeah, I am very fortunate with the gym that opened up near my house. It opened up last, or actually not even a year. 11 months ago. It's super nice. Yeah, man. Some of these machines are just whoever the engineers are that came up with them, God bless their soul, man. I've never used an Atlantis machine that I didn't like. They're all pretty phenomenal. So ankle mobility. You should have something down here. Let me take a look for Joey real quick. So I'm gonna be honest with you, Joey. I don't have great ankle or hip mobility either. But this guy right here, this is just one of them. If you go to his site, I'll send it in chat. This guy, Bodyweight Warrior, he has such good mobility and flexibility stuff on that site. And it's all free. Yep, see you, Spacey. Have a good night. Yeah, so Bob brings up a good point. Calf extensions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anytime, I would say that lunges might be even better, but your mobility is going to improve as long as you're loading and going into that movement. That was really poor English, but let me elaborate a little more. So something like a squat, right? Let's say we take all the weight off, because I think Joey's doing somewhere around 315. We're going to take all the weight off, just do the bar. We're going to fall into a squat position and lean a little more forward or to the side. So we're stretching the stiff areas of our ankle, but now we have a slight load, 45 pounds on the back, and we're in the position that we want to improve. So this can be applied to really anything that has poor mobility. So Bob mentioned calf extensions. So full range of motion, if you're doing those calf extensions, you actually might notice improved mobility over time. Tight hamstrings, where you can't touch your toes. Changing your RDL so that you start light and you're trying to go as far down to the ground as possible and come back up and then loading up over time. Another simple way to increase that mobility and that flexibility. So take a look, Joey, see if that guy has anything specific, and make sure that you do these stretches and routines after the lift, because we don't want to static stretch prior. Okay. Brother Malley said, by the way, for back, what do you also recommend? Let me send you a little. Well, the back, 2 horizontal, 2 vertical, and some sort of extension. I think that's usually a pretty dope back day. So that could be like row, pull down. You don't have to do 2 and 2. I personally like 2 and 2. I mentioned this with Joey a couple weeks ago. It's like with 2 and 2, you can make sure you cover your bases with different grips. Now it's going to be dependent on your recovery as well. If you're doing 4 back exercises and you're not, you wake up sore as shit, that might be a little too much. So just make sure you're doing something vertical, something horizontal. Behemoth's like right on the money. I always tell people, you literally won't know, so just try. It's going to be drastically different for everyone. Like some people bench close to 300 pounds in their first year, untrained, and other people might not get to that weight in their entire life. If you want to do a comp, do a comp. Prep as best as you can. And Duck's made some good improvement over the last 2 years. I think I've known him for about 2 years now. And his lifts are getting kind of crazy. He's like right about to pass my bench. And he's 40 pounds lighter than me. It's kind of nuts. Pull-ups or that pull-down? Again, I'm gonna be answering these questions a lot the same way. It's really what you have access to and what you want to train. Do you want to get better at pull-ups? Try some pull-ups. They're pretty functional. Doesn't require a lot of equipment. You can overload it with weight. Lat pull-downs, also good. A lot of gyms have multiple attachments, so you can find the variation that gives you the most contraction. But I don't think one is necessarily better than the other, like a flat comparison. They're both good exercises. 30 kgs before 2027. How old are you? What, 16, 17? Yeah. Dude, yeah. Again, impossible to say, but with the numbers you have currently, it's I'd say it's likely. He has, out of the 3 of you, I think he has the most faith in you, but don't tell the other 2 that. Even though this is recorded. Bob, how did your competition go? It happened this weekend, right? For those that don't know, Bob did this competition over the weekend. Oh shit! 3.5 minute improvement is huge. Do you have any pictures? Perfect. Nice. So it's this comp called DECA. It's like 10 events back to back. It's like a day-long thing, and it's neat. You don't know what the exercises are before you join. They tend to be more of like hybrid events, not necessarily just like pick this thing up off the ground. I would say it's cool. It's like, I don't want to call it CrossFit. It's like, it has the functionality of CrossFit, but I think it's more along the lines of strongmen in a sense. At least the event types. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I think he meant double, not half. And watch out saying people are 8 years old on here. Discord loves. I'm actually going to delete that so you don't get reported. People, 2 people last week got their accounts banned for saying that they're an age that is against Discord's terms of service. So be careful. that super sucks if you have like an 8 or 9 year old account. Just some random guy reporting you gets a ban. Yeah, yeah. Hydrox. Let's see what that is. Yeah, okay. Yes. Way closer to Hydrox. But everything's pretty functional. You have to be more of a hybrid athlete. And Joey, just a follow-up question. Do you squat in squat shoes? Do you have an elevated heel? Okay. Yeah, they make a huge difference if you have poor ankle mobility. Just wanted to make sure because that's an easy fix. A little expensive one, but yeah, like it's almost a night and day difference, especially if you have both poor ankle mobility and hip mobility. You go from squatting like a lawn chair to an actual linear squat. Dang, $60? That's not bad for squat shoes. Fours. Wait, what the? How did you get them for $60? It says they're $200. Who's buying a $200 shoe? Oh, dope. I was gonna say I can't see anything under. What's up, Tricks? Yeah, they look like some of them are on sale for like $120 right now. It's a nice looking shoe. Oh yeah, Fish in here. No, she's over there on the couch. She has her headphones on. I'm not gonna show. Yeah, she's right there. Oh, you do know the exercise, okay. A couple days before, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because when I went to the DECA site, I didn't see anything. I was like, dang, that's kind of. How do you know what you're training for? But I guess you have some sense. Three plates is a lot. 3 plates is a lot, no matter who you are. It's, 3 plates is just a all-around good squat. I think recently people's heads get skewed with, I guess, numbers on a lift. Yeah, it's I like Behemoth. I think he just did like 525 or 5 on deadlifts. Like that's nuts. It's a big ass deadlift. 585 for shit. Who's counting? No. Yeah, no joke, man. It's a great deadlift. Don't you ever. I'll remember every lift for the rest of my life. I'll tell my grandchildren. Otherwise, you're gonna hunt me down. Yeah. Pretty cool. I just want to see someone with the inverse of those numbers. Where their deadlift is like their second best, their squats their worst, and their bench is like 3 times their squat. Yeah, they're all extremely good lifts. Is that in comp? Or is that are you just a for fun lifter? didn't know if you could beat it. I don't necessarily see much wrong with your lift, Joey. One thing I could recommend that worked for me, um, it looks like you're squatting high bar. If you try transitioning to low bar, you actually, you see how you're like folding forward a little bit? Like again, it's not a bad squat in any sense. But if you tried low bar, I think you might be a little more linear than you are currently. Well, your squat's going to be a little quad dominant regardless because you're on an elevation. So it's going to send your knees forward and it's going to be quad dominant regardless. But yes, if you make it low bar, you will be a little more linear and it'll be less pressure forward. Give it a shot. Yeah, good luck in that comp, dude. Where are you from, if you don't mind saying? Like, are you competing locally or are you traveling? Yeah, are you I think you're in Australia, right? We would have to really coordinate with that. It's like the farthest time zone possible. No, wait, you're out west. You're not in Australia. You're out west. You're like 3 hours behind. You're at the Gold Gym. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we can. What time do you normally lift, Joey?
This has almost.
There's just so many people to keep track of and where they're from. Lift at 8 a.m. You could do that on a Saturday for sure. Yeah, yeah. So Saturdays we're in here at 11. You join. We could make that happen. We did that with Tricks one time. Actually, 2 times. We worked on his bend form. And Mr. Trent with his RDL. Yeah, let's do it this Saturday. Sounds good to me. Yeah, Joey, send a video of your 315. But this 315 looks very similar. I got that dumbass Kendrick song stuck in my headphones. Super cool. Yeah, what's the fucking here we go. Cameraman's getting all the angles. Yeah, no, I agree. The song was good when it first came out. before I talk about the song, Joey, yeah, try as you're improving your ankle and hip mobility, work on try starting low with a low bar and see how that feels. Is that I mean after that first rep, you seem to warm up a little bit, but it still looks a little stiff. Hey man, get those reps in, literally and figuratively. If you want to get better at something, just do the thing. That's the best way to go about it. Aaron, I see you're in here. Do you have any questions, or are you just hanging out? What do you mean by you stack your ribs, rib cage down, behemoth? I'm curious as well. No worries, Aaron. That's perfectly fine. I just wanted to open the floor if you wanted to ask something. Definitely an improvement from 1 year ago. But are you also squatting in running shoes? Gotcha. So you want him to go in with the fold, essentially. So if we look at the video, he's keeping chest up or chin up, chest out to try and stay linear. You're saying you kind of want him to go in where his body naturally wants to fold. So he doesn't his body doesn't necessarily go like this. He kind of like comes in a little bit. You're saying that you want him to not resist that as much and kind of go in naturally with it. My cam is on. Well, he might not see it. Maybe he'll rejoin. Oh, gotcha. No worries. So Joey's current squat looks a lot like mine used to when I do high bar. Again, the squat shoes help keep it linear, the issue isn't staying linear, it's the ankle and hip mobility. So if he tries low bar, it'll be more natural for him to do what you're recommending. At least that's what worked for me, and it looks like we have the same starting point. Yeah, but definitely a huge improvement, Joey. It's going year by year, man. By next year, you're gonna have like top tier squat.
Like, Jesus Christ, look at that guy's quad. What the hell?
Gotcha. Yeah, that guy's a. He looks like that biker dude with what do they call him? Quadzilla. Oh, this is Russell. Gotcha. I've seen some of his lifts. Yeah, he's a freak. Yeah, a beast. Yeah, 338 kg. Get the fuck out of here. It's nuts. What do we got in your Bluebird 295? Oh, yep, holy crap, what a save. You were thinking about another one right there. Yeah, that was a little scary right there. Yo, what's up, JL? It's the welcome team right there. Appreciate you always going to the introduction, man. It's also insane to me to think that Austin Perkins is only like 20s. Yeah, that is nuts. Let me see some of this guy's lifts. I know there's like a, I don't want to call it a race, but I know there's like a, it's kind of like a race. There's like a race in that weight category right now, powerlifting. There's like 3 top tier dudes right now, and they all have insane totals. Yeah, this guy's a freak. Dang. Austin Perkins, 836 kg. Crazy. Yeah. Yeah, there's also recently in the super heavyweight. There's like a more of an unknown dude. I don't know if it was junior or not. There was a young guy. He just obliterated the record like a weight class above. I'll find his name and I'll ping you. Oh yeah, I haven't checked it out yet, but I saw her in the introduction channel. Crazy story. pounds of weight loss is no joke. Down to stage ready shape is crazy. Good work. Always amazed to see super high weight loss journeys like that. Like her and you, Joey, it's a lot of discipline, a lot of dedication, and a lot of hard work. Watching Sheffield. Let me see Sheffield. Oh, that might have been the guy I was talking about. Place this guy right here. Yeah, there was like 51 world records broken. Absolutely insane. Cardio is the one, man. It's the make or break every time. Yeah, that's true too. Contest prep. Yeah, honestly, it's just hard work and consistency. End of the day, it's awesome. Dude, Jesus, that guy's got some crazy squats. You know, I believe he squats sumo. I don't know if he squats sumo or he's just so big that it looks like sumo. Oh my god, there's so many plates on that bar. Okay, let me find the picture for you guys. There we go. Look how many plates are on this bar.
That is insane.
8 25 kg on both sides, and then a 20 to top it off. Absolutely nuts. Oh, is your routine too long? I'm not big into powerlifting either, but it's always cool seeing people lift inhuman weights. I can take a look a little later, Joey. I'll check the logs and see. Yeah, strongman too. Strongman's probably my favorite event to watch. Either that or arm wrestling. Depends who is competing, but strongman's very cool. I like training a lot of their movements. They're fun to train as well. Not too big into powerlifting, but again, it's super dope. Oh yeah, the slap boxing one, yeah. Yeah, I wonder when the limit will be reached. Like, there's gotta be a theoretical limit. They're just not gonna break world records forever, right? Like 1100 kg totals. There's gotta be a point. Dang, you missed the local strong. Yeah, that's the one reason I want to go back to the Arnold actually. I'm not too into bodybuilding anymore. Um, but I know Sam Sulek's gonna be there this year, which is cool. I think he's competing in the amateur. Um, but the strongman event was very cool to witness. I know Brian Shaw had his event in August. I think it was. I'm trying to go to that one again. Yeah, the Arnold is very cool. If you have the chance to go, totally worth it. Get an Airbnb nearby, makes it way more reasonably priced. I went the year after COVID, and all around good time. Yeah, dude. If Thor does the deadlift again, I'm just glad he shut Eddie Hall up. I used to like Eddie Hall a lot. He actually is the reason I got into lifting. But he was just such a baby after that. Yeah, I'm interested with all the division changes going on. There are a lot of different categories. I'm curious to see how the new one's gonna go, but yeah, I feel like women's figure and physique were pretty popular. Yeah, I actually haven't been keeping tabs on Thor. I just kind of like hear about it here and there since I don't really have much social media right now. So my one buddy stays up to date on it. Yeah, bikini's pretty popular. That was the big one at the Arnold. Yeah, hopefully it works out. I'm interested to see how it goes. Um, hopefully it brings a little more attention to their side because I know they usually get the short end of the stick when it comes to competing. Like most people are there for either classic physique men's or men's open, but all the niche ones are still pretty interesting. Especially what's the one where the the women's routine that they go is that fitness? The one where they do all the acrobatics and stuff. That one is so impressive. I cannot believe the shit that they do with that much mass. Yeah, those are insane. They're like doing flips and Superman's off the ground. Yeah, yeah, it's like gymnastics routines, but with bodybuilding size. Yeah, Kai Green. Dude, he keeps saying he's gonna come back. I think it's over. He's not coming back. Yeah, yeah, Keon. I used to enjoy bodybuilding way more. I'm excited. I really think Andrew Jacked has the potential to win an O. He's my favorite by far. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Samson Dowda is just He's like fine tuning, and he already has an insane physique. The age of the bubble guts are over. Nick Walker's washed. He's never coming back. Well, he's gonna come back, but he's never gonna win. He's too blocky. Dude, yeah. And then that whole thing with his coach. Oh my god. Dude, Samson winning and his wife being the coach was so funny. All these people paying their coaches tens of thousands of dollars, and he just comes in and sweeps. Yeah, Nick Walker is built like a fridge. I mean, not to say he like it's an impressive physique, but it's just not what the current meta is. The current meta is giant X-frame people. The best open bodybuilder. I mean, I think. Here, I'll send a picture. I think Paul Dillette could have been crazy if he didn't like go insane. Like Paul Dillette was nuts. Dude, his upper body was absolute. You've probably seen this picture before. This floats around on the internet a lot. Lee Priest was a freak. Like this guy, yeah, Dorian Yates and Ronnie, man, they were again, they were what like Nick Walker's trying to replicate. It was just like a shocking amount of size. Jay was awesome. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's really hard to say who's the best of all time, man. It's, the abominable swollen. Sandbag, max log press. Dang, you should have went for just the log press and Zercher spot. Come on, man. These are awesome. If I was only a foot taller and 100 pounds heavier, or 200 pounds heavier. Yeah, bodybuilding is so subjective. It's one reason it's kind of not appealing anymore. It's cool to see what these people are capable of, but at the same time, like high level, it's I don't know, it's just like a lot of them are just destroying their bodies for the chance to be the best. Selling their souls. Yep. Yeah, and it's again, it's really hard to like. You could win one year and then the next year different judges and whatnot, and you could be a couple places lower. Amar, I think that is true. I think you are one of the few people that think Wesley Visser is the best. Because every time he comes on stage, he looks way different than he does on IG. Coincidence? Not a man, I think. When I saw this guy during COVID with Larry, like there's no way this dude doesn't win Olympia at some point. There's no way Andrew Jack doesn't win. He has to. Especially with the new standard. Yeah, Wesley did come in super improved. Dude, he's like 6'3", which you don't see a lot. He's 6'3", and he just has he has like a really tiny waist for his size. Yeah, he's almost 300 pounds on stage too. So he's the same weight as Ronnie, but everything's like dialed in. Yeah, Nick Silva. Dude, his quads are crazy.
Oh my god.
Dude, his legs are ridiculous. When he does a front double by, his neck looks super normal. But actually, I don't even think that's the crazy part about his legs. It's from the side. Let me find a side chest. It's that and his hamstrings. Yeah. I'm trying to find a picture of just him doing a side chest. There's one of him and Ronnie, but it's kind of grainy. Yeah, this guy is a mess. This is who is going to take Nick Walker out if he ever shows up. But, like, that leg, I don't know if that's a tumor also on his glute, but yeah, he does have very short arms. But that leg is, I don't even know, I don't have words to describe it. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. You could feed a whole village. Yeah, he just like showed up to Oxygen Gym one day, just looking like he wasn't even competing. He just looked like that for fun. Insane. All right, but I'm probably gonna wrap it up here, unless anyone has pressing questions. I enjoyed chatting about bodybuilding and all that. It was fun. Yeah, nice to meet you finally. Joey Bob Amar. Pleasure as always. Aaron and Skinny Fed. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a good night.